Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Sotah, page 20, which discusses what women really want. Is it that they want security, and that is the most important thing? Or do they want to be able to be in a relationship with a man who is frequently around? Now, obviously, both would be a great scenario, a great situation. But very often we find that that's not the case. You could marry an individual who is extremely powerful, wealthy, and is extremely influential, and he has a lot of responsibilities due to that, and he ends up providing a very comfortable lifestyle for his wife, but he's not around. The other option is that you have a man that you marry who is able to offer a comfortable lifestyle, that of an average income, not someone who is extremely wealthy, but enough to pay the basic bills and to be able to survive. But he works a typical job, and therefore he doesn't bring his job back home with him, and he also therefore is more available and around with his wife in the weekends, the evenings, and again, he just overall is more around than that wealthy person. So in the times of the Talmud tells us that a woman would prefer the following: Rotze isha bekav v'tiflus meteskabin uprecious. She would prefer, and this is loosely translated, a situation where she's only able to have a kav, which is a measure of food, which is not substantial, but it certainly is enough to survive, but that there is tiflus, in which we loosely translate that she is going to be constantly in a situation where her husband will be available, not just to be around for communication, but he'll also be around to be able to engage in intimate relations with his wife. He's basically a present figure in the family. He is a good husband and he's a father, but he doesn't provide so much money. At the end of the day, the Talmud says that a woman should prefer that, at least speaking in the time of the Talmud, maybe almost 1,500 years ago this was written, more than a woman who has a lot of money because of her husband, but he's never around. 9 times the amount, 9 measures, 9 kavim. However, there's precious. He is separated from her. He is not anywhere around. And it's not because he's a bad person. It's because he has so many obligations and responsibilities. He just simply is not able to dedicate as much time to his wife because of all of his obligations and responsibilities. The Talmud tells us that this is the way that women felt was the proper way, the proper approach. And I'd like to believe that as we are now in 2023, even though it's true people are different in certain respects, this is what is the proper mindset a person should have. Doesn't mean you have to live in poverty. However, for a person that they're only interested in a husband so that they can get money and they do not care about the man himself, that is not a healthy relationship. A truly healthy relationship is a situation where, of course, the woman is also providing, bringing something of value to the table, and the husband is also a provider. But he doesn't have to be a provider that he ends up becoming a 1%er. Because those 1%ers, as attractive as it may seem, those people may not necessarily be the greatest husbands because they are so much connected and married, so to speak, to their job. Now, it doesn't mean there aren't situations where a man could do both, and God bless them if they're able to. However, if one is given this choice, the Talmud is saying that the healthy approach in a relationship is that you want a connection with your spouse, with your husband, even if that means sacrificing a few dollars.